everyone, Chef Kim here. Today I'm going to do an ethnic dish. Now, I never claimed to be an expert at any nationality's cuisine, but I do like to play around with it. I add a little twist, sometimes I mix them together. Today's recipe will be cashew chicken with fried rice. Now, this was a hit with my family. I didn't often serve it at the restaurant, but I definitely served it at home. So you that are cooking dinners for your families might remember this and watch closely. Well, I'm doing the preparation for the cashew chicken along with the fried rice. Generally, when I do one, I do the other. And I have my ingredients ready. I have my marinated chicken, which is in soy sauce, egg white, cornstarch, and ginger. And I marinated that overnight. I cut it into bite-sized pieces, the chicken breast. I have water chestnuts here, and I like to just chop them like once. They're the sliced water chestnuts, but I just prefer them that way. If you like the whole slices, that's fine too. I have thinly sliced green onion, thinly sliced leeks. I have some beaten eggs, and I have some ginger root here. Now, what I generally do, first off, at the grocery store, they have the whole root, and who could use that much ginger? Unless you're making candied ginger or something. But what I do is just break off a piece. So I kind of do the same thing when I'm preparing it. I don't peel the whole thing. I just take a part of it off. Now you can use a peeler or a paring knife. With this smaller piece, I have to say it's easier to just use a paring knife. Take the skin off, and then you're gonna mash it up. You want it pretty fine. Don't substitute the dry for it. You just won't believe the difference. So I'm cutting it into slices, kind of how I do garlic, into slices and then into strips. And then I'll turn it once again and dice it. And then I'm going to drag my knife along like I do in the garlic. I've done a video where I've demonstrated the garlic. A few of them actually. The chicken pasta with Italian sausage, I show you how to. With garlic, you can sprinkle salt on it, and that helps to mash it. But ginger root, you can just drag your knife. Now, this is a wok-like pan. It's not really a wok, but I love it for doing Oriental food. So it's good and hot. I'm going to add some canola oil. You don't really want to use olive oil in this. You can. It certainly won't hurt anything. But I prefer to use canola, or peanut would work too. Now, this chicken, it's kind of gooey, it's sticky, but that's okay. And actually, I am going to add a little bit more cornstarch. I feel like it should be a little bit drier. And whoops, a little on the floor. Oh well, cleans up. So that was okay for it to marinate like that, but then when we're getting ready to cook it, we want it to be a little drier. This helps it to become nice and crispy. So, and this is a messy job, so make sure you have a few minutes to do it. Make sure your pan's good and hot. And you want a little bit excess oil. You can see there's some floating. I mean, you can actually deep fry this, but I try not to deep fry anything if I can help it. And you have to kind of take one piece at a time. But good food takes a little effort sometimes. But you do want to make sure when you cut this chicken, make sure it's bite-sized. I'm going to turn it. Look at that. Tongs work good for this. Whew, that is so crispy. So the key is enough cornstarch. That's why I like to do these videos, because I demonstrate what it should actually look like. Now you can't feel it, but that's nice and crispy. Alright, so the chicken is just about done. I'm going to add some leeks. I'm going to add some garlic, some of the ginger, get my wooden spoons out, and put the water chestnuts in, some cashews, gotta have cashews. And we're going to add a little sherry. Water. The big reason I use water is because the oyster sauce and the soy sauce have lots of sodium, and it gets and a little sesame oil. Actually, I really meant to put the sesame oil in earlier, but I forgot. It's alright. You can put it in at this time. We are going to need a little bit of cornstarch slurry. Cornstarch diluted with water. You want it boiling good, and we'll add some of that. And just add a small amount to start. I'm going to go ahead and turn that actually low. We'll let that cook about 5 minutes. It does not need a long time. A cornstarch based sauce is the quickest. It makes a shine, so you don't always want to use it. In a lot of the American cuisine and French cuisine, we use a roux, which is flour and butter. Totally different. And I'll go over that in some of our sauces and soup section. Now, we have to give this a little taste. Always taste. And this, like I said, has a lot of sodium, so you want to make sure not overly salty. Now, also, I have to say it's perfect. Also, if you like it a little spicy, add some sriracha or some olek. I can't remember the name of it, the first part of it, but it's another chili paste. You could add a little to it there, and that gives it a nice zing. To finish it, a little green onion for color. Now, your kids, if your kids don't like green, then don't put the green onion in. It really doesn't affect it that much. So, and as it sits, or once you refrigerate it, the cornstarch sauce will kind of gel up. And so when you dilute it, do it in a pan, not in the microwave, and you probably will need to add a little more water. Thanks for watching. Happy cooking.